Part 2, The Man Who Could Not Burn.
Elaris was alive with the pulse of morning, rain-washed streets gleaming like silver veins beneath the dawn. Lyra walked among the crowd, cloaked in human beauty, her senses tuned to the rhythm of hearts around her. Every beat, every whisper of desire, every secret yearning, she could feel them, like threads of light pulling at her. And yet, something was different. Amid the sea of emotions, there was a stillness. A void. A heartbeat that did not call to her. She stopped. Across the street, standing beside a rusted fountain, was a man feeding breadcrumbs to a stray bird. His coat was worn, his posture unhurried. The world moved around him, rushing, pulsing, wanting, but he stood untouched by its current. Lyra tilted her head, curious. To her eyes, human souls glowed, some with feverish red, some with tender gold. But his was different. It shimmered faintly, not with hunger or lust, but with calm, like moonlight on still water. For the first time in centuries, her instincts hesitated. She crossed the street, her movements soft and deliberate, her charm whispering through the air like perfume. The man looked up as she approached, and did not falter. His gaze met hers steadily, unshaken, unenchanted. The man smiled faintly, and yet they eat it anyway. She paused. "You don't seem surprised I'm talking to you." "I've seen your kind before," he said, brushing crumbs from his fingers. "Beautiful people who look like they belong somewhere else." Lyra's smile wavered. "Somewhere else?" He nodded. "Somewhere the rest of us can't follow." For a brief second, her charm flared, an instinctive pulse of her nature. Any mortal would have felt their breath hitch, their heart quicken. But he simply blinked and turned back to the bird, unfazed. The magic rolled off him like mist meeting sunlight. Lyra felt her chest tighten. Her hunger, that gnawing, ever-burning flame, didn't stir. In its place bloomed something unfamiliar. Curiosity. "What's your name?" she asked quietly. "Aiden." "Lyra." He nodded once, polite, distant, utterly human, and yet not. "You're not from here, are you?" She gave a soft laugh. "You could say that." For reasons she didn't understand, she lingered. They talked about the city, about the rain, about how quiet the world could be if you stopped trying to fill it. His voice carried a strange warmth. Not seductive, not inviting, but safe. By the time the street lamps flickered to life again, Lyra realized she hadn't fed all day. Her hunger, normally unbearable, was quiet, as though it had fallen asleep. That night, she watched him from afar, hidden among the shadows of an alley. Aiden worked at a small repair shop, fixing broken clocks and old radios, mending what others had thrown away. His hands were steady, his movements patient, his eyes kind. Lyra's kind did not feel affection. They mimicked it, used it as bait. But as she watched him, something in her chest stirred. A fragile ache she didn't have a name for. When midnight came, she found herself whispering to the dark, "Why can't I feed on him?" The air remained silent. Only the sound of the city's heart answered. Over the next days, she tested him. Subtle touches, glances that once melted resolve, whispers laced with enchantment. But nothing reached him. His soul remained untouched, his emotions calm, steady, immune to her charm. And the strangest thing of all? Each time she failed, she felt lighter. as though his indifference was cleansing her of something she hadn't realized was poison. Still, she couldn't stay away from him. On the 7th night, she approached his workshop. The door was ajar, the faint glow of lamplight spilling onto the cobblestone. Aidan sat at his bench, repairing a music box, the melody soft and haunting. When he noticed her, he didn't seem surprised. "You again." "I shouldn't be here," she said. "But you are." Lyra stepped closer, the faint hum of her power trembling beneath her skin. "Do you know what I am?" He met her gaze. "I think I do." "Then why aren't you afraid?" "Because fear feeds what you are," he said simply. "And I don't intend to feed you." Her breath caught. "You can't. You're immune." "Maybe I'm just empty," he said softly. "Or maybe you've been trying to take what I no longer give." "Do you?" he asked. The question struck her like a blade. For the first time in centuries, she had no answer. A moment passed, fragile, silent, shimmering. He closed the music box, the faint tune lingering in the air like a sigh. "Whatever you are, Lyra. You look tired." She laughed, a sound that cracked in her throat. "I haven't slept in 200 years. Then maybe you should try." That night, for reasons she couldn't explain, she did. And for the first time in her endless life, Lyra dreamed, not of hunger, not of the curse, but of warmth. Of a world where touch didn't mean pain. Of a kiss that didn't drain, but healed,